And
I'm glad you mentioned that because I was about to ask. So I don't have a high end boat with high end electronics. How am I finding these spots? How far off a bank am I? But you kind of talked about it. You kind of hit it there with researching your paper maps, research maps online before you get out there.
Yeah, I've got a buddy that can catch as many bass as anybody I know. He uses Google Maps. He uses resources on his iPhone and jumps out there in his aluminum boat. And I wouldn't want to fish against him in a tournament. Everything in life, you can spend as much as you want, or you can figure out how to be as good as you can be with what you've got. And it's the whichever direction you want to go.
Yeah.
The first tournament I ever won on Kentucky Lake, I had a 14-foot John boat with a cooler I converted to a live well, and beat guys in really high dollar boats.
Oh, yeah.
I've had my tail kicked by guys in a John boat, and I was in a high dollar boat. Yeah. So it's what you put into it to understand what you're doing to make yourself the most successful you can be. And I hate to say this, but there's also a little bit of element of luck involved. Not always, but it can be. And we can't deal in luck. Let's deal in what we know. And here's what I can tell you: if you find a bedding area with a feeder creek, and that creek runs out to a main river current spot, there will be bass there. Okay. They may not be at this moment, at this day, but don't forget it. Come back to it.
Yeah.
So.
Perfect. I like it. So let's dive into some of these techniques. You said you'd show us, talk us through it anyway. Wish we could be out on the water today and just show us. But start with whichever one you want. The Ned rig enticed me just to understand that more. I know we've talked about it on the show, but I tend to forget. If I don't go do it, I'll forget, Yep.
Yeah, so Ned rig it got popular probably 5, 6, 7 years ago, and it involves most of the time a pretty straight, compact bait. This is what we call a Ned Cinco. I've got the package turned around backwards so you can kind of see the product a little better. But it's literally a pretty featureless little compact straight bait, and you rig it just on what we call a Ned head, right? Okay. This is one by Northland. It's one of our brands also. But it's got a flat bottom, so when you rig that bait's made from what we call mega floater formula, so the bait stands up.
Okay.
And that's got a flat bottom, so you throw it out there on your spinning rod, let it go to the bottom, and it just stands up, and you can shake it, and that little tail will quiver. And when you are searching these spots, I like to kind of cover water. I like to make a bunch of casts. I throw a swim bait or whatever. But once I get a bite or two, and we're going to hit spot lock on the trolling motor, whatever, we're going to just go, hey, I'm dropping an anchor right here, whatever that looks like in your scenario, and this Ned rig will just clean them up.